It's essential. Transportation is the biggest problem we have in Toronto. And it's getting worse and worse because the GTA increases in population by 1 million people every 11 years, continuous growth, but our transportation doesn't grow all the time. This is stop and go. That's why now, according to studies, we're worse than Los Angeles. We have, it takes about 80 minutes for the average trip in Toronto. In LA, 76 minutes. And it's going to get worse because the population increases. Because we have this, dumb history here of not building transit. So to me, Transit City is paramount as an enabler for people to get jobs, keep jobs, get advantage of recreation. But that requires money to be invested. It doesn't get built for nothing. The city has to be in it, as well as the province and the feds, and so forth. In the next 5 years, 25% of the civil service is eligible to retire. 25%. It's huge. So therefore, there's an inbuilt potential saving there, and more importantly, there's an inbuilt rejuvenation of the civil service so that it's in tune with the new ways of communicating. Because these people are very comfortable with the new technologies, the internet. So therefore, it allows you that an opportunity either to spend the same amount of money and achieve more by introducing technology that people are comfortable with, okay? And also, or basically potentially even shrink the civil service for attrition, while at the same time delivering the same quality of service and quantity of service. But remember, my whole intention is not to diminish City Hall. My intention is to run more efficiently and serve the more people that are here. Because I think you have to invest in people and infrastructure if you want a greater city. I don't believe that you should spend a penny unless you have a penny, unless you're able to rationalize it. Obviously, you will spend a few dollars, never mind a penny, if you want to buy a house, but you know that you're going to get a value from it, and over time you're going to be ahead. So that I believe in that. So I have no problem putting restraints, if restraints are needed, but my first priority is to make sure that Torontonians get a percentage of what we contribute to federal provincial government back in investment to the city. %85 of the people who are asked you, do you think Toronto is a nice city, a great city to live, work, and play? 85% say yes, unequivocally. People love the city, but again, who is providing the services that make the city a very livable city? Who's providing the security in policing? It's City Hall. Who's providing the fire department to make sure your house doesn't burn down? City Hall. Who's providing the emergency medical services? City Hall. Who's providing the water and sewage? City Hall. Who's providing practically all the roads in Toronto? City Hall. Who's providing the libraries? City Hall. Who's providing the public housing even, and childcare, and sort of City Hall. So there's a disconnect between the reality that this city could not be one where 85% of its residents say it's a great place to live, work, or play if City Hall truly wasn't working. However, the perception is there. Half the people in Toronto think City Hall isn't working. Part of my job is to educate and say, let's not be foolish here. Protect what you have here. We have an amazing city. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater by going a Mike Harris's approach. Because you could be sacrificing all ourselves by doing that. I'm the most qualified to run for mayor. I've been deputy mayor for 6 years. I've been elected 29 years. And I have the experience to run as complex a city as Toronto is, which is kind of the largest city. I think being mayor of Toronto should not be either a consolation prize for somebody who want to be somewhere else really, or a starter job for somebody who hasn't done it. You can't run an entity of $9.2 billion in operating budget and additional $2+ billion in capital a year, over $11 billion, just being without knowing what you're doing. Because the difference between knowing what you're doing and not knowing what you're doing is really that if you make mistakes, everybody pays. Somebody said that good intention is not enough, because the road to hell is paved with good intentions.